Meta are killing the Quest 2 with I'm Batman. This is a good impression, right? So, Meta have released or announced that they have been working with Warner Brothers to bring you Batman for Quest. Just for Quest 3, not for anything else. You have to have a Quest 3. It's been made by Oculus Studios, and I'll link in the description down below the trailers. But I do want to, you'll have all seen it, but I want to put my thoughts on it. Meta are killing the Quest 2. Slowly but surely, they are going to be releasing more and more games that only work with Meta Quest 3. And yes, I can understand why. Although, when we look at Red Matter 2, when they released the updated version, they can run both. It feels like a really good reason to make you buy a Quest 3, which is what they want to do, isn't it? They want you to buy a Quest 3. Because everyone is still buying the Quest 2. Because really, apart from pancake lenses and the pass-through, the colour pass-through, and the XR2 chip, or the enhanced chip, really, they don't want you buying a Quest 2 anymore. They want you buying a Quest 3. Or, when the Quest 3S comes out, which, again, sounds like an improvement, but it's actually not. It's a downgrade on the Quest 3. To make a cheaper headset. I still don't know why they couldn't have just took the hit on the Quest 3, put it at a similar price, removed Quest 2 from the market, still supported it, obviously, but they wanted those sales over Christmas for the Quest 2, which I don't really understand why you wouldn't want the sales for the Quest 3. Instead, they're going to have to make another headset to compete with the Quest 2, because they couldn't actually make the Quest 3 compete with the Quest 2 at the things they put in it and the price they put in. So what the hell is going to be in this Quest 3 Lite? I know the rumours are it's not going to have pancake lenses. It might even not have colour pass-through. So we're getting basically a Quest 2 with the modified chip, the better chip, which does mean better games, but you're not going to see them as well. And it also means that mixed reality isn't going to be a reality. It means that they're not that bothered about mixed reality, that they actually want to do more enhanced games, but they couldn't because the Quest 2 couldn't handle it. So where does that leave the 20 million people who bought a Quest 2? There is potentially a large amount of people who are not even using the Quest 2 anymore. They tried it, they hated the strap or the weight on the front of your face because of the awful strap that they still supplied with the Quest 3. But they were kind of hoping, I'm assuming, that people who had the Quest 2 had bought a better strap and realised that they'd have to do the same with the Quest 3. But it has officially started where the Quest 3 is going to be the device that they're wanting to push. Which is my suggestion. If you are thinking of buying a VR headset, 100% do not buy a Quest 2. Even though it's cheap, do not buy a Quest 2. This is obviously not the first game that they've announced that is going to be Quest 3 only and not Quest 2. Aliens, the new Aliens game, is going to be Quest 3. It's going to be PSVR 2, which is good to see support for, and PC VR. So you are still technically going to be able to play Aliens with your Quest 2 as long as you are willing to buy a PC if you don't already have one. Which is the other problem. I've seen a lot of people, and I kind of agree with it. A lot of people are saying, well, you still can use it for PC VR, which is great. It's fantastic. But for the people who bought the Quest 2 as a standalone headset and thought it was going to be good enough to be able to play these games just at a lower image quality, a lower quality game, like Grid. But I worry, because I suggested the Quest 2 to anyone coming into it before Christmas, and I've always gone with the thing of would I buy it, would I suggest it, and would I buy it? And before Christmas, I would have suggested it to people rather than buying the Quest 3, because I felt as though they were going to still be making games for both Quest 3 and Quest 2, because that's kind of what they made it sound like, especially with Red Matter 2 having the improvements, but you can still play the same game, but it does look a lot better on the Quest 2 it looks a lot better on the Quest 3 than it does on the Quest 2. So I just assumed that all these games were going to carry on supporting the devices, but you might get potentially a mixed reality mode with them on the Quest 3, and you'll get better graphics. But that is 100% not the case. And you're going to see more and more games like this going forward. 100%. So yes, the Quest 2 seems incredibly cheap, but do not buy the Quest 2. It's just a no. Do not do it anymore. And I feel for all the people who've got a Quest 2 who don't have a Quest 3. My son plays the Quest 2 a lot because he prefers the controllers on the Quest 2, because the light rings are apparently better. I'm not getting into that argument. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Whether you think the Quest 3 controllers are actually as good as the Quest 2 ones, because he would argue that they're not. He would also say that it's easier to do the claw grip with the Quest 2 controllers, because you can't do it with the Quest 3, really, because you cover your sensors. But that's a different matter entirely. But what would I suggest? If you have a Quest 2 already, and you really like it, and you do play it a lot, I would suggest going for the Quest 3, or waiting for the Quest 3S/Lite/ whatever they're calling it. Or, if you don't play Beat Saber, and you're not bothered about the exclusive games, I would definitely go for the Pico 4, or the Pico 4S, or Pico 4.5, Pico 5 when that releases. But we are talking about games that are exclusive to Meta that are killing the Quest 2, so you can't really suggest the Pico line, because they're not going to have those games. They're certainly not going to have Batman, because that's an exclusive game to Quest, and they want you to buy a Quest 3 to play it. And I still think it's unfair to Quest 2 users. There are a hell of a lot more Quest 2 users out there than there are Quest 3. 3 sales will go up with Batman releasing just on the Quest 3, which is what they want you to do. But they could have been clearer about it. And they could have gone about it in a better way, I feel. They could have done a Quest 3 the same price as the Quest 2, and stop producing the Quest 2. And all those people before Christmas who bought a Quest 2 for Christmas wouldn't have wasted a hell of a lot of money, because it is a lot of money, especially to kids. It is a lot of money, and the Quest 3 is even more. So what people are now expected to do is, if they've spent £299 on the Quest 2 and still play it, that then they have to spend another £479 to keep playing the top games. And I know we can go down the mobile phone market route, and I agree, headsets have got to be released probably every 2 years, every 3 years, to try and keep up with the top specs. But when you look at that, you think, well, the mobile phone market, when iPhone generally release a new headset, they keep it at a very similar price. Yes, they'll do enhancements on the memory, but the base price is generally around the same price as the base price of the previous iPhone. Also, you can buy them on contract, so it seems a lot less, which is another route that I think VR headsets are going to have to go down to be able to afford to do these things. Because at the moment, expecting people to spend a PlayStation amount on a headset and then them releasing the next one in 2 to 3 years' time is a lot of money to ask. But they certainly, I feel, they need to stop selling the Quest 2, or reduce it to a price that actually is a complete bargain. Now, I know it's under the amount it was when it first released, but then they did raise the price of it by £100 when, after about 2 years of it being out, realising that they could have probably charged more. And they probably should have charged more, because they don't make any money from the headsets. But yeah, I personally would apologise myself to anyone who has suggested buying a Quest 2 before Christmas rather than getting a Quest 3. There's nothing I can personally do about it. That was how I felt at the time. Entry point into VR It was the cheapest entry point, and it looked like at that point that they were going to carry on supporting games. But that's obviously not going to happen. But hopefully the people who did buy one are still playing it so much that they see the value in spending the money. Although I still think wait for the Quest 3 Lite when that comes out. I worry about that device. Apart from the bump in graphical quality, you're going to reduce certain things to stop it from working properly. To not working properly, but stop it from having its full potential of what the Quest 3 has. Which, what so many people love about the Quest 3, the mixed reality side. But God knows. Anyway, I probably will buy Batman, let's face it. Everyone wants to actually say, I'm Batman. Doesn't that work as well? Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you in the next one. Goodbye.